right, we're back on our Boston College football report, and we're here with Donovan Ezeiruaku. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, as one of the leaders of this team, training camp is such an important time for that and getting the culture that you guys want. What's this camp been like for you, doing it under a new coaching staff, but trying to lean on your experience here to be that leadership role?
Yeah, I would say Coach O'Brien has brought a new flavor to training camp. It's definitely been a hard couple weeks so far, but that's exactly what training camp is supposed to be. And I think that guys are stepping up to, the grind of training camp. And I think it's just getting us all mentally and physically tougher and stronger. And I think that'll pay dividends in this season.
And it's got to be one of those times where you don't nearly have the distractions of, other students in classes, and that stuff hasn't quite started yet. So how important is the off the field part of it as well for you guys coming together and building that culture as a team?
I feel like just like every other training camp in America, when no one else is on campus and it's just us, we definitely spend a lot of time together, a lot of laughs, a ton of laughs, honestly. And I think that's great for team chemistry. It's great because I could then. I've been with this guy for so long. I really trust him. And like I said, great for team chemistry. And I think that's exactly what's been going on here.
Let's talk about getting to the quarterback. Is that one of those big sort of themes for the year for you guys as a defense?
I think it's always been, but especially now. Because we know what we're capable of. I would say last year maybe we didn't live up to that, but it's been a huge emphasis for us because we know that affects games. We're able to get to the quarterback more than 5 times a game. A lot of times, we would end up winning that game. So it's a huge emphasis for us. Yeah.
One of the things that was really cool that us fans got to watch was the creative team put together a really cool mic'd up segment. Coach O'Brien was wearing his mic, and he was talking to a couple of you guys on the defensive line, and he said, if you see this is what J.J. Watt did in that spot. And how does that impact you guys when coach has that kind of experience to lean on, that it's not just theoretical, it's like, hey, this is what J.J. Watt did in this spot, or whoever it was in his experience. That's got to be pretty cool as a player to be able to learn and understand that message. For us, and being able to like soak in that information into, okay, we've seen a Hall of Fame guy do this, and this is how Coach O'Brien coached it. Who are we to do anything else other than that technique? He's seen it work at the highest level, and why wouldn't it work at this college level as well? So it's definitely really good to have, someone of that caliber, of that resume to, in our ear. And I think Coach O'Brien's done a good job of that, as well as bringing other former NFL coaches into the building. With Coach Marone, obviously Coach Chud's been here for a while, but just having that experience is super important. Is there, obviously you have your team goals, and I know you've even talked about that and what you guys are trying to accomplish as a team. And then I'm sure you have your personal goals as well of what, you want to accomplish. What are, I'm sure you have to balance both of those things, but what are some of those goals for you as you're going through this camp and getting close to the season for what you want to accomplish on an individual level this year?
Individually, I would say I would just really want to go out there and have fun and play fast and go make plays for this team. Go be the best player I can be for this team, go be the best leader. I think last year I got too caught up on those individual stats and numbers and accolades, and I think that in a way it put like a weird pressure on me, and I think I just played slower because that's what I was so caught up on. But I think if I just go play the football that got me to this point and go play relentless and fearless, I think that all that the individual accolades and the numbers, I think it'll just come through.
Can you sort of, take us inside training camp for, we get to see little clips here and there, but we're not in the huddle like you guys are. Who are some players on the defensive side of the ball? Maybe people that we aren't necessarily going to be used to because they're new or are younger and haven't contributed yet, that you've been really impressed with what they've done in camp so far that, folks can start to get excited about for the season?
I'll say all around on the defensive side, we 11 guys, I don't really want to name everybody or can't really name everybody, but some that definitely stuck out to me was Bam Crouch, Davion Crouch at the linebacker spot. And I'm thinking more younger guys, obviously KP Price, Max Tucker, Amari Jackson. On the defensive line, I would say Q Hutchins. He's been standing out this camp, and it's really good to see. Obviously, Jalen Cheek, Carter Davis, Cam Arnold, Cam Horsley, all the guys. And it's been really good to see because I think, you know, individually, those guys and everybody on the defensive side, they bring a fire. They have an edge. They have that competitive mentality, and it's a lot of competition on the defensive side of the ball. So, you know, throughout this entire camp, you know, we've had, you know, on our good days, sometimes not even on our good days, but guys bringing that juice, bringing that energy with that competitive spark that they have, and I love to see it.
Well, you're out of camp mode and into season mode soon enough. Yeah. Donovan, thanks so much for being here and giving us a few minutes.
Thank you, no problem.